What is up, everybody? We're out doing a little tire testing today. We've got a new Dunlop D605 on the front. I'm running Tusk 2-track rear, and I was kind of planning on doing the 2-track on the front as well. But I decided to give the D605 a try. I'd seen where someone else gave it a pretty good review. Kind of poking along pretty slow right here. There's a tractor up here ahead of me. Same way I've done at this point, probably at or just over 200 miles of pavement riding, and I've done a couple miles of dirt road riding. So this isn't my first time touching dirt with it. And the tractor's out of our way. So my initial impressions from my previous ride, and it's been backed up again on this ride, is it's definitely better than the stock Pirelli front tire. That tire just had absolutely no lateral traction at all. However, I bought the bike, already had 4,000 miles on it, so I don't know exactly how good that tire might be when it's brand spanking new. But nevertheless, after a few thousand miles, that tire felt like garbage on gravel roads and dirt, and especially if you get off a road at all and just on true dirt. And this tire does feel better. Definitely more lateral grip. Everything else seems about the same. It's got good on-road performance. Definitely don't have any problems leaning into the corners. It's more aggressive, knobby than that stock Pirelli, which is kind of a non-aggressive big block tire. But nevertheless, this thing feels better. I would expect it to while it's brand new. I guess the real question is going to be, how long is it going to last? And for me, as long as it outlasts the rear. When I say that, I don't mean just if it barely outlasts the rear. Of course, you can milk an aggressive knobby to probably outlast this 2-track rear. But what I mean is, when the rear is shot and I'm ready to replace the rear, I need to still have confidence in the front. If it'll last that long without cupping horrendously or just wearing out, becoming unstable on gravel and dirt roads or off-road, when turning, I'll be happy with it. That's all I'm looking for out of it. They're cheap. They're $70. I think it's 68 if we're going to try to kind of get exact from Rocky Mountain ATV. So not very expensive. It's about the same, pretty much the exact same price, within a few bucks of the 2-track. But I just wanted to give this Dunlop a try. Someone else had said they really liked it, so I figured I would give it a shot. You definitely feel the added confidence when you're steering with the rear end. I just didn't trust that Pirelli a whole lot. I definitely didn't trust it like coasting through gravel turns where you're actually leaning the bike pretty hard instead of counter steering and leaning a slide. Ooh. Hit a slick spot. But again, first few impressions off-road and on-road, I'm really liking the tire. Also, I guess we'll just chalk it up to luck, because it probably varies tire to tire too much. But got us a Longhorn. I didn't take any weight to balance it, so that's pretty good. I was pretty happy that happened. I didn't have to, which I just static balanced mine on the axle shaft, so I'm not a fan of balance beads, so I've just always done it that way. But so far, really liking this tire combo specifically. I'm loving the Tuss 2-track rear. As long as it lasts 5,000 miles, I don't think I will entertain trying anything else. So as long as there's still a little bit of confidence in the front tire or in this Dunlop at that point, then you know, I'll be completely satisfied with my choice of tires. So let me know what you think in the comments if you've tried this tire. A lot of people are more familiar with the Dunlop D606, which is a lot more aggressive. It's pretty much a street legal, say, motocross tire type tread, real aggressive. The 605, I'll get a picture of it to throw up here on the screen. Definitely not as aggressive as the 606. However, just from looking at pictures online, I felt like it might be a little more aggressive than the 2-track front tire, which is part of the reason I wanted to give it a shot. So yeah, if you're looking for a inexpensive front tire and you were happy with the performance of the stock Pirelli on the T7, I would recommend trying this D606. Like I said, longevity is kind of up in there at this point on this bike. I think it is kind of geared more towards lighter bikes than the T7, more like heavier dual sports like a DR650 or something like that. However, longevity aside, performance couldn't be happier, especially at the price point under 70 bucks. You know, buying tires or choosing tires is always a sacrifice. You know, you're sacrificing on-road performance for off-road performance, or price for quality, or quality for price, and longevity. And you know, there's 1,000 options to choose from, and you know, it's so many different ways it could go. But like I said, on-road performance for the 605 up front is really nice. It's a really smooth riding tire, and like I said, for the price, you know, what's it going to hurt you to try it out? So it was easy to mount. It took me probably 15 minutes maybe, and I had my son helping me. He was 3 years old, so you know, not as much helping as he is getting in the way. And it took longer to get the wheel out of the forks and then back in the forks and the bike off the stand than it did to actually unmount the stock tire and mount this one up, which 21-inch tires are always pretty easy anyway. So anyway, at this point, I'm just kind of rambling. So I will probably call the video here. If you got any questions about the tire in the comments, let me know, especially if you're watching this in the future, and I can give you a comment update on if it's still performing good once it gets some miles on it, etc., etc. And speaking of tires, I now have a partnership with Airmoto, so check the description below. There is a link, there is a coupon code. So if you're in the market for a small, lightweight, cordless, rechargeable tire pump, then check them out. use the link or the promo code, and I'd appreciate that. And we will catch y'all in the next one.